Okay, wait, you're telling me I've been stressing the wrong syllable for years and nobody said anything? Not one person.
To be fair, everyone understood you, but yeah, phonetically speaking, you were saying a completely different word.
I have been walking around mispronouncing words in front of actual English speakers and they just smiled politely?
They smiled politely. Welcome to the Unnoticeable Mistake Club. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to English Unlocked, the show where we break down the beautiful, chaotic, occasionally baffling world of the English language. I'm Holmes.
And I'm Melody. And okay, before we even start, Holmes, what is happening on top of your head right now?
It's a new haircut. I asked for textured layers. I think I got enthusiastic hedge trimmer.
You look like a golden retriever who got into a fight with a ceiling fan. I say that with love.
Thank you, Melody. Truly, I feel seen.
Okay. In all seriousness, though, we have a really great episode today. And Holmes, this actually came out of a conversation we were having backstage, or I guess behind the microphone. Is that a thing?
It's a thing now.
It's a thing now. So we were talking about that feeling. You know that feeling? You've been learning English for a while, you can hold a conversation, people understand you, but something still feels off? Like you're making mistakes you can't even identify, let alone fix?
The invisible ceiling. You hit a certain level and you stop noticing your own errors because they become habit.
Exactly that. So today, we're going into the errors you don't hear, and we're talking about how to actually practice, like in your real life, not just in a classroom. Sound good?
Let's get into it. So what I love about this topic is that it reframes the idea of making mistakes. Most people think a mistake is when someone doesn't understand you, but there's a whole category of errors that don't block communication. They just make your English sound a little unnatural, a little foreign, in ways that are hard to put your finger on.
Okay, give me a concrete example. What's a mistake I might be making right now without knowing it?
Word stress. This is the big one. English is a stress-timed language, which means where you put the emphasis in a word actually matters a lot.
Like stressing the wrong syllable.
Exactly. Take the word photography. Lots of learners say photography, stressing the first syllable, but it's photography. The stress sits on the second syllable.
Okay, Oh no, I 100% said it wrong yesterday. I was telling someone about a photography exhibition. I think I said it like 5 times.
Did they correct you?
They did not. They just smiled politely, which brings me back to why does nobody correct us?
Because they're being kind, but it doesn't help us improve. Here's another one that blows people's minds. The same word can be stressed differently depending on whether it's a noun or a verb.
Wait, what? Give me an example.
Okay, the word record. As a noun, record, as in I broke a record. But as a verb, record, as in I'm going to record this podcast.
I did not know that. I have been using the same stress for both for years.
Same with permit, present, increase, object, dozens of words. And here's the thing, native speakers often don't consciously know this rule either. They just feel when something sounds off.
So we need to train our ear before we can train our mouth. Got it. Okay, what's mistake number 2?
The present perfect. This is a grammar one, but it shows up constantly. In a lot of languages, you just use a simple past tense for everything. So learners say, I already ate, or I did it, when they really mean I've already eaten, or I've done it.
Oh, and what's the difference actually? Like, why does it matter?
Great question. The simple past is for finished events with a specific time. I ate breakfast at 8. The present perfect connects the past to right now. I've eaten breakfast, meaning it's relevant to this current moment. They sound similar, but they carry different information.
So if someone asks, have you seen that movie? And I say, yes, I saw it, instead of, yes, I've seen it, that's the mistake?
You'll be understood either way, but I've seen it signals you're connecting that experience to this conversation right now. It's more natural in that context.
Okay, this is genuinely making me want to replay every English conversation I've ever had. Okay, you mentioned 3 mistakes. What's the third?
The th sound. And I know, everyone knows about this one in theory, but the reason it's still on the list is because people know about it and still skip it under pressure.
Right, because when you're nervous or speaking fast, you fall back on what's comfortable.
Exactly. So think becomes sync or think. This becomes dis. And here's where it actually changes meaning. Three and free are completely different words. Mouth and mouse, bath and base.
Okay, the mouse one got me. That could go very wrong in a conversation.
The good news is the fix is physical. Literally put your tongue between your teeth, just slightly. Don't be shy about it. It feels weird at first, but it becomes automatic.
Holmes once told me to practice it in the mirror while I'm brushing my teeth, and honestly, life-changing.
You're already at the sink with a mirror. Use it.
Okay, so we know what we're doing wrong. That's actually kind of empowering. But here's the question I know everyone's thinking. How do I fix this without, like, moving to London? How do I practice in my actual, real, busy life?
This is my favorite part because I think there's a myth that you need dedicated study time, flashcards, grammar books, scheduled lessons to improve. And while those are great, the real gains come from what I'd call the Pocket Tutor approach. Your environment is already full of English opportunities. You just need to unlock them.
I love that framing. Okay, I'll go first because I was literally thinking about this on the way here. What's the first thing I do every morning? I look at my phone, horizontally, with my eyes half closed.
Huh.
But what if instead of just doom scrolling, I narrated my morning routine in English, out loud if I'm brave, or just in my head? I am turning off my alarm. I am walking to the kitchen. I am making coffee.
That's brilliant. And here's how you layer in what we just learned. While you're narrating, toggle between the present progressive and present perfect. I am pouring the coffee, and now I have poured the coffee. You're actively drilling that distinction without sitting down to study it.
So your kitchen becomes a grammar classroom.
Your kitchen is your classroom. Your commute is your classroom. Everything becomes material.
Okay, what else? Give me more.
Active listening. Most people think listening to English music or podcasts is passive practice. You absorb it over time, and there's value in that. But try this. Pick one English song you love and write the lyrics from scratch, no Googling.
Oh, that's harder than it sounds. I tried this with an Adele song once, and I was convinced she was singing about an otter for an entire verse.
An otter?
An otter! Turns out it was outer, on the outer edge. It made sense in context. She seemed like someone who'd sing about an otter.
I love that story so much. But yes, that discomfort, that moment of, wait, what did they actually say? That's where the learning lives. Your brain is engaged.
Okay, here's one I started doing after Holmes suggested it, and it has been weirdly fun. The 1-minute review.
Yes, tell them.
So after you watch a YouTube video, a Netflix episode, anything, you pause at the end and you have 60 seconds to summarize what you just watched, out loud to nobody, just you in your room talking to your ceiling.
It forces you to consolidate vocabulary, form complete sentences, and it mimics the exact skill you need in real conversation, producing English quickly under a tiny bit of pressure.
And it feels so silly at first, but then you get kind of competitive with yourself. Like, I can summarize that episode better than I did last week.
Here's one that targets those pronunciation errors directly: shadowing. You take a short clip, 30 to 60 seconds of a podcast, a speech, anything, and you play it back and repeat it immediately, overlapping with the audio. You're trying to match the rhythm, the stress, the exact mouth shapes.
It feels weird because you're basically talking over someone.
It feels very weird, but it's the fastest way to internalize native rhythm, and rhythm is what makes English sound natural, even more than individual sounds.
I have one more, and this one requires a little bravery. I call it the rideshare challenge. Whether it's an Uber, a taxi, a bus, before you get in, you mentally prepare to give directions or make small talk in English. It's the second left after the traffic lights. Have you been busy today?
The preparation is the practice. Even if the conversation doesn't go the way you planned, and it usually doesn't, your brain has already done the work of building those structures.
And honestly, most drivers are lovely and they appreciate the chat. Worst case, you get a funny story.
Best case, you just had a genuine, unscripted conversation in English. That's the goal.
Okay, we're coming up on time, and I have to ask you this, Holmes. If our listeners only remember one thing today, what should it be?
It's not about finding more time. It's about using the time you already have more intentionally. You already make coffee. You already commute. You already watch TV. The language practice doesn't have to be added on top of your life. It can live inside it. Turn those mundane moments into micro practice sessions. That's where fluency actually builds.
I love that. And I'd add, be kind to yourself, because I know some people are going to hear this episode and go home and realize they've been stressing photography wrong for 10 years, and they're going to feel embarrassed. Holmes,
Narrate.
I'm one of those people. I am one of those people. But here's the thing. That embarrassment, it just means you care. Those small mistakes are not failure. They're evidence that you're in the game. Progress over perfection, always.
To everyone listening right now, genuinely thank you. You chose to spend your time with us today, and that means a lot. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Every single one of those micro sessions adds up.
And hey, if you tried that narrate your morning routine thing we talked about, please come find us on Instagram and tell us how it went. Was it actually kind of great? Did your roommate walk in and stare at you? We want all of it. Tag us.
And if today's episode helped even one thing click for you, a share, a review, a message, it honestly makes our day.
It really does. Okay, that's a wrap on today's episode of English Unlocked.
Catch you next time on English Unlocked.
Catch you next time.